Remember the good old days when you were a child and you would just like wash your face with water and go on with your day? Well, apparently nowadays children need face masks. Shay Mitchell has launched a children's skincare line.
Now we now have the conversation if children, toddlers should be wearing skincare. Skincare for kids. Let's talk about it. Hey beautiful people, how you all doing today? It's your girl Destiny here and welcome back to my channel. How have you all been? Hope you guys are doing great. So the actress Shay Michelle, one of the girls, she's popularly known from Pretty Little Liars. I love that series anyway. Anyway, Shay Michelle, and also she's also the founder of a is it Bill? They call it a travel agent, a travel luggage company. She and her partner just announced that now they are launching a children's skincare line, and this has gotten the entire internet on uproar. And people are having the conversation if this is something that children if children should indulge in skincare. And in this skincare that they're about to launch, they have sheet masks for children, and people are having people some a lot of people are dragging out like this is not the time for it. Children should not be putting up any type of skincare on their face, and people are saying that this is going to increase insecurity and all that. But anyway, let's go check out people's reaction to Hey Michelle and her partner launching a Korea skincare line for kids. Let's go check out people's thoughts on this, and then I'll come back and share my thought. But you let me know, will you allow your child to go and apply a child skincare or to go into skincare at a very young age? I would love to know your own take. So let's go check out people's thoughts on this, and then we'll talk more.
Want to know what I think is a little bit weird? And please let me know if you think I'm reaching. Skincare for toddlers. Shay Mitchell, her partner Matt, and a woman named Esther Song launched a skincare line for kids.
What is Rini is 어린이 in Korean, which means children. So when we first started thinking about Rini, we started looking at how can we make better products that actually parents could trust but kids want to try. And we're launching with face masks.
We all know what makes the most money, right? Beauty, health and wellness, and then the baby market. So why not mush them all together and then add Korean skincare? That's what they're doing. And I get it, but it's a little bit weird still, right? Because these are littles. You know how everybody's talking about how there are 9, 10, 11-year-olds at Sephora and they're just doing too much? Why not market this to tweens, who, by the way, I don't think should be using skincare anyway. But skincare for the tiny littles is a little bit weird. I think Shay's kids are 6 and 3. Maybe she wanted them in the ad. Don't get me wrong. The concept is really cute. And when my daughter was very young, she would use my sheet masks. Both my kids use them. I just feel like they should have concentrated on the tween market, which is still young, and then added, oh, it's safe for the little ones too. What do you think?
Remember the good old days when you were a child and you would just like wash your face with water and go on with your day? Well, apparently nowadays children need face masks. Shay Mitchell has launched a children's skincare line and it has sparked backlash. Hate to say this, but I mean, this is giving celebrity corporate greediness. Shay Mitchell's good, she has base, she's successful. Did she really need this? I've always liked Shay Mitchell, but she lost me on this one. At a time when people can barely afford groceries, she comes out with a toddler skincare line. And according to the comment section underneath her newest post, a lot of people are not happy with this. What? The skincare line is called Rini, and she posted this today. These are the 3 different type of face masks for children. As you can see, panda, dog, unicorn. Someone said, even if the intention is good, kids really don't need skincare. It's just another business move dressed up as something cute or innovative. Let them be kids, not mini consumers. Because why would your body dysmorphia start in your teens when it can start way earlier? We're living in capitalism's final boss level where a child's unblemished face is just another untapped market. Did you do 0 focus groups in the 3 years you developed this? I'm deeply disappointed. Why are we projecting beauty standards onto children now? Yikes, maybe read the room. People are losing healthcare and food benefits, and maybe not the best time to sell skincare for toddlers. But honestly, maybe we just never need to sell skincare for toddlers. Like, I would get it if it's like SPF for little children. Totally get that. But the face masks, in my opinion, is so out of touch.
Just when you thought the news couldn't get any worse, Miss Shay Mitchell announces that she is releasing a skincare line for children tomorrow. Because why should your body dysmorphia start in your teens when it can start from birth? Obviously, this is going to be directed towards young girls because young men don't have the same kind of marketing and messaging around skincare and beauty as young girls do. She looks about 5 years old. I really thought that children were off limits in terms of the marketing and greed of the beauty industry, but apparently not. Nothing is off limits, and that's how you know we've entered late stage capitalist hell. Apparently, just a mild soap and moisturizer from the supermarket or the pharmacy is no longer enough. By the way, one of these masks is a cool $6.99. Imagine kids seeing this and pressuring their parents that might not even have money to buy these things.
Do you guys want to know what I just cannot get behind? Shay Mitchell's new brand, Rini. I feel like somebody just looked at the beauty industry and was like, you know who we haven't traumatized yet is 5-year-old girls. Angle is empowering kids to build confidence through routines. Brands like this are teaching kids to look in the mirror and fix something that was never broken. And this is coming from a skincare brand founder. And I know that being in the beauty industry and being in the skincare industry, our brand definitely is complicit in, at times making people feel like they need things to feel better about themselves. And we do everything we can to not promote that message. I remember being a kid and when my mom was using like her beauty products or her skincare, there were times when me and my sister would like get into her stuff and like then we would get in trouble. And I feel like there's an element of that where you're just like having fun, but you know that like that's something that isn't really for you at that age. And I think there's like an excitement about also growing up and like, oh, I can't wait until I'm 12 and I can, use lip balm for the first time.
So Shay Mitchell has received a lot of backlash for essentially launching skincare for children. And as a mother, I had some thoughts on it. My first thought when I saw this was, what the she talking about? Why would she do this? And then as I read into what it was for, and I remembered what having a child, especially like if you're a mom having a girl child, what that's actually like, I think this is an amazing idea. So essentially this face mask is full of like aloe vera gel, and it's for like when a child gets a sunburn, they can put it on their face and they can like pretend to be like mom and like things like that. It's not skincare. It's not like anti-aging. It's not treating anything. It's literally just an aloe vera face mask for if they have a sunburn, which I think is an amazing idea because if you have a child, you know how much they like to copy you and do what you do, and they'll get into your makeup. They'll get into your skincare. Like my daughter is 1 year old. Well, like 20 months, and she's already like taking lotion and like rubbing it on herself because she sees me doing that. So I think this is an amazing idea. Like when she's of age, probably like 3 or 4, I would love to get her something like this so she can like pretend to do skincare just like mommy. I feel like the people that are so angry about this and what it says about children don't actually have children, because this is a perfect way to introduce them to something without it like damaging their skin.
I'm just gonna say it. I do not see an issue with Shay Mitchell's new skincare line for kids. What is the problem? How are we always finding an issue with something? Why are we always tearing things apart just to cause chaos for absolutely no reason? The most ridiculous reasons, actually. How bored must you be to do that? It is a freaking face mask, for God's sake. We are acting as if there is retinol in the face mask. There's not. We are acting as if there is salicylic acid in the face mask. There's not. It is aloe vera and other simple ingredients. What is the problem? I would have loved this growing up, if I'm being honest. I feel like I always loved doing little girly things growing up. I loved copying my mom. I loved watching her do her makeup. I loved watching her do her skincare. She would give me her makeup brushes so I could pretend to do my own makeup. There was really nothing at the time that existed for little girls to do their own makeup. Obviously, yeah, nowadays moms are letting their little girls use their makeup. But yeah, there's probably some ingredients in makeup products and adult skincare products that maybe shouldn't be on little 5-year-old girls. So I think it's actually a really cute and fun idea to have a skincare line that kids can just play around with. I remember growing up, I had one of those Baby Alive dolls where like it would go to the bathroom in the diaper and you'd have to change its diaper as if like you're an actual mother. I loved doing things like that. I even had like little fake makeup kits and fake skincare kits. It was literally just like plastic, and I would pretend to put this plastic lipstick on my lips and like blush and stuff. Imagine having that nowadays as a little girl. And if I have a little girl anytime soon, to be honest, I probably would purchase products from this brand, because I do love skincare, clearly. I do face masks at least once or twice a week. So I just would love to sit on the couch having little girls' night with my little girl while I have a sheet mask on that's good for my skin, and then a sheet mask for my little daughter. What is so bad about that? Little girls like to be little girls. They like to do fun, cute, girly, feminine things. Why is that so bad all of a sudden? Let me know.
Having a skincare line for children should be illegal. If you aren't familiar, Shay Mitchell launches a toddler skincare line, and it has sparked some backlash. People do not like this. People are going to come forward and say, oh, it's not that big of a deal. We're overthinking this. They've created fake makeup brands for little kids to mimic their parents, whatever. However, this is not a fake makeup kit or a fake skincare line. This is skincare that's costing about $30 for these particular items. And Shay Mitchell and her partner have basically said that they've got so many other things in mind for this skincare. In addition, the models, you may ask, are toddlers. They are not even, 12, 13-year-old. When hormones and things like that begin changing, and I can understand why that might be a market for young children, not so much skincare, just treatments and making sure that we are staying up on hygiene and things like that. For me, this is where I have an issue. So where have the times gone where children are playing? Where have the times gone where children aren't observing the very toxic things in our world and then having to consume them as play? Because they're maybe watching their parents who are so obsessed with skincare. Children should be children. They should not be worrying about the superficial things in life. They should be outside playing. And unfortunately, this is such a slippery slope, because when we are introducing things like this is just priming children to be insecure and have lifelong insecurities about their skin. Feels like we are just introducing things younger and younger and younger, and then questioning why, as a society, we have such deep insecurities. Now we are making playtime equate to masks, skincare masks. How fun can these really be? And how practical really are they? I feel like this is such a weird, targeted area for children, and you cannot convince me otherwise. What are we trying to tell our youth? What is the point of this? I just wish we could let kids be kids. I feel like we hear this, we see this all the time, and yet shit like this continues to get pushed out, making our children insecure, taking our kids away from playing outside, riding their bikes, swinging on a swing set, having imaginary play, and most of all, being bored. They do not need skincare because they are bored and you're looking for things to fill their time. But I want to hear what you guys think. Am I wrong? Do you agree? What do you think about a skincare line targeted to children as young as 3 years old?
I hope you got a chance to say goodbye to the plot, because we lost it. This week, Shay Mitchell, who I barely know who she is, released a skincare line for children as young as 3. A skincare line composed completely of sheet masks. Now, y'all know I hate a disposable sheet mask for the environmental impact. I don't care what it's made from. But also, the money grabs, at what cost? Look, I love a good skincare routine, and I think it's good to get kids involved in taking care of their own skin. But by introducing products that they don't need, that just create waste, and kind of normalizing doing basically useless things for the sake of what? Beauty? Or I don't know. I don't think that's the way. What especially got me is that they have an after sun hydrogel mask. I personally don't love the concept of an after sun product, because the connotation is that you're baking in the sun, and that is especially dangerous for young children, for toddlers. I don't think toddlers should need a specific after sun product. If your kid is getting burnt, that's a problem that you should address. I've spoken before about how I think a lot of skincare content that's on the internet is breeding obsessive behavior in adults and is contributing to overall waste. We don't need sheet masks. Nobody needs a sheet mask. So to be putting them on children as young as 3, which, by the way, I don't really think we need specific toddler skincare products like this, because there's a lot out there that's already safe for children or targeted towards the care of children's skin. But if our interest in creating a product like this was to make it easier to care for children's skin, we would not be doing this. We would not be making hydrogel masks. Maybe something like, a gentle cleanser, a gentle moisturizer, a sunscreen that kids actually want to put on. Those would be things that I would go to first, personally. Not a disposable after-sun hydrogel mask. I get it. We live under capitalism. Everybody's got to make money. Hey, I own a small business too, and we sell products. But to see people put such little thought in developing a business, and at the potential expense of, small children, yeah, I don't love it.
Please let me know what you think about this conversation. Do you think that having a skincare line for children, having a face mask for children, do you think is wrong? Do you think children needs it? Go down in the comment section and share your thought. Love to know what you think. But please, as always, keep it respectful. You're on this channel. We're allowed to disagree, but we'll do it in a very respectful way. So go ahead, feel free. Share your thought. Love to know what you think. Now let's get into it. I personally, I don't see anything wrong with having a skincare that basically just have aloe vera in it for children, or a skincare or a face mask that has sunscreen for children, so that children can apply sunscreen to protect their skin. Even though I don't think they have any sunscreen product, but I'm just saying those are some of the suggestions I personally, I don't see anything wrong with that. I know I've shared this a couple of times here. I got into makeup at a very young age, and I was just fascinated about makeup. And I do understand, growing up, people think that girls do makeup because of they want to get. No, for me, it was just a fascination on how I see when I look at TV, the way women look, especially black women, how they look and look flawless. Even though then it was terrible, but I was very into it, on how the skin works, how the blend, and I was always about it. So say, and also I have skin and also, I've also fascinated about skin, but even as a child growing up, I didn't have access to it. Skincare was not a big deal, just a cleanser. And as a teenager, I suffered for severe, no teenage acne and all that. But with that, I don't see anything wrong with that, because I have nieces and nephews and my friends' kids and all that. And I have bunch of skincare. And I do sometimes when they come to my house or when I go visit, you see these kids, they want to try my product. They're like, Auntie, can I use this? Auntie, can I use this? So having a skincare that it's safe for children, that you can let them have it, which most time I tell them, don't touch it. It's not good for your skin. Don't touch it. And I remember my one of my best friend, her daughter, she has two beautiful daughters. They want to they're into skincare. They're trying so many things, but they're just trying the girly thing. And I remember I was telling her, like, don't, and she has to buy certain things for them. I like, don't allow them to do this type of skincare and all that, because they are not good for their skin. So I just feel like the sheet mask thing is a perfect way to introduce children into skincare. And people talking about how it's going to affect their self-confidence. I don't think so. I see skincare as a self-care thing, where you are taking care of yourself. You need to see, when I do my skincare, I take my sweet time. For me, that is the time I unwind. That is the time I take care of myself. For me, it just shows that I'm giving myself so much care and attention. And I feel like that's something that there's nothing wrong with teaching children. I feel like a lot of people are projecting, one, and secondly, a lot of people do this skincare because they have some type of insecurity and all that. Rather than see skincare of you trying to fix a lot of your insecurity, you guys know I have a lot of acne scars here on my face from acne I had during last year, this year, and all that. You need to teach children or people or the children around you to be very confident in their skin, and also learn, also take that no guilt on taking care of yourself. A lot of times some people think I take care of myself because I wear makeup, because no, sometimes I wear makeup and just sit down and make video and do TikTok, and just because I just want to just look good for myself. And there's nothing wrong with that. I don't know why people usually associate when you want to do something nice for yourself is because of other people. And I do get it. There are people that do it for the gaze of other people, but also there are also some people that don't. And I don't see anything wrong with children having a cheat mask and pretending to be auntie, mommy, and just, and we won't talk about it. We've seen children, or we've seen advert and all that, and even pictures of children putting cucumber on their eyes. Haven't we seen that? So I don't understand why this is a big deal, why people are coming for her on this. I personally, I don't see anything wrong, just as far as it's safe for children and there's no active ingredient that would damage their flawless glowing skin. And I know children have amazing skin. It's just that there's nothing to damage it. Aloe vera is what a child can use at any time. I don't see anything wrong. Just safe ingredients, safe things for children to use, and just have fun. Children wants to make believe. I remember as a young child, my mom had this magic lipstick that is green, but when you apply it, it turns red. And that thing does not leave your lip. I remember as a young girl, I sneaked and I applied it. My mom beat the crap out of me for doing that, because girls are going to be girls, and there's nothing, as much as we're telling women here on this channel to center themselves, that for me that's a big, but also there's nothing, and I know the way society has raised us women, we do these things for the male gaze, but there's nothing wrong doing it for us. And if younger girls wants to practice self-care and skincare, and for me skincare is self-care, so for me I don't see anything wrong with it, honestly. Just as far as safe for children, I don't see. And I do understand the capitalism section of it, where people just feel like they just want people to consume and consume. I get it. That is left for the parents to make their budget tight, to like know if that's what they want. And I don't think this is skincare that kids will use every day and all that. It's just something so that they can have fun with and wear sheet masks. There's this what's it called, Korea max that you soak inside water, soak inside any solution to make a mask. I've done it for my nieces and my nephew and my kid, my friend's friend. I just put water, I put it with water and I put it on their face, just for them to join me when I do my face mask. Maybe that's why I don't see anything wrong with it, because I know I've done it. I'll just pour water and give it to them, and we all wear it and sit down. And when I'm taking off mine, they take theirs and they're like, "Oh, it feels good." There's nothing wrong. Honestly, I don't see anything wrong with that. Anyway, guys, let me know what you guys think about this conversation down in the comment section. Okay? Share this video with somebody that you want to be part of the conversation, because that's what we do here. We have banging conversations. So go ahead, feel free. Share this video. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, smash the like button, because this helps YouTube to push up my content for more people to see. And that will be you supporting this channel and this girl here. So go on, do that, subscribe if you haven't, and I will see you guys in my next video. Deuces.